The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, I'm Carol Kidu Jr. with the news. In this edition, Governor adamant to link Medang, Women's Equality Accelerated in Walk, and Global Warming Affects Hoskins. Passengers travelling to Australia are required to complete a new document, being the Australian Digital Passenger Declaration, or DPD. Air Niugini released a statement today to say the DPD replaces the earlier Passenger Travel Declaration, or ATD, that was required. The DPD is a mobile phone app and available for download. According to Air Niugini, an initial one-off entry of setup information takes about 15 minutes. A passport and vaccination information is needed. Manual paper forms will be available at check-in if required. Passengers flying into Australia must complete a negative rapid test within 24 hours of scheduled departure. This can either be conducted at the airport, or the passenger can bring a compliance certificate with them issued by a doctor. Prime Minister James Marape has urged all stakeholders, including intending candidates for the 2022 national elections, to be on the lookout of any irregularities that might be suspicious, during the election period. The call also went to sitting members of Parliament.
Prime Minister James Marape says the government is well prepared to conduct the 2022 national elections. He has also warned leaders to be on the lookout for illegal practices that might be used during elections to induce those involved in conducting the elections. The call has been directed to sitting MPs as well. Meantime, common roll update is underway in all the provinces. Eligible voters are being encouraged to check their names.
The common roll updates going on as we speak, so everyone has an interest. Your point of reference would be your districts and your provincial election steering committees and your district headquarters. We've asked for those common roll updates to be transparent, the pre-roll data to be presented to the district offices for all candidates and supporters and all voters to look to ensure their name is on the roll.
The Prime Minister also said funds have been released to all stakeholders involved in the election preparation as the country awaits the issue of writs on April 28, 2022.
To the best ability, 100 million has gone to them already through the Electoral Commission, 110 million kina to police, 50 million to defense, and the whole preparation work are going on at the moment. The ballot papers to answer in as far as the question is concerned, I said already, we're getting partnership with the Australian Electoral Commission and PNG Electoral Commission. It's been printed also.
Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
Medang Governor Sir Peter Yama is committed to connecting the province through road links to all the neighbouring provinces. Sir Peter, during the presentation of the provincial budget, says his main focus is on rural people, where a large portion of the budget put to.
When presenting the 2020 provincial money plan for Medang Province, Governor Sir Peter Yama says his focus is to help people in remote areas by reconnecting missing road links to allow basic government services to flow to the people. He says the recent road project to Tap Tap village in the hinterlands of Rai Coast district is a major achievement for his government. For the first time, the people of Tap Tap can finally access basic government services.
We have linked up all the roads. We have linked up the Bogia Road to Joseph South to Ramu. We have linked up for the first time. We cut Prime Minister 6 million from Malalamai in the Ramu area, from Raikos area, to link up the Tep Mountain. Tep Mountain has never been any one time in development in the history of this country, and they have lived in the darkness. It's a top hill of Medeng. And Tep has got grape, it's got fashion fruit, they've got apple, they can make anything. The climate is very good, and they always bring to Medeng market apple and grapes.
He added that churches also play a vital role in the development of the province, hence they have budgeted 10% of the total money plan to the churches.
So for the first time, if we can link up TAP, that we can have so many grapes and apple in Papua New Guinea, so Medeng will supply. I believe that this budget is all about going rural and saving the people, focus on our bottom-up planning policy in supporting our rural people for many years that they have left out.
Prime Minister James Marape, who received the budget on behalf of Treasurer Ian Lingstaki, thanked Governor Yama and his administration for capturing rural people in the budget.
To the people of Medeng, it's political season. Politics will come and go. But function of government must continue. Governor Sayama is a very experienced hand.
Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
The chat room program for the year kicked off on Wednesday, 2nd March 2022, with 5 grade 11 students from Jubilee Catholic Secondary School. The topic was Role of Youths Against COVID-19. Geno Puana Gavu said that since young people were the most active members of society, they had a much higher chance of contracting COVID-19 and passing it on to the older members of their families. Gavu added that the young would have more impact in getting their peers and families to understand why it was necessary to practice the Nupala passing. Talitha Babola said youths can make a difference by mobilizing peers to raise awareness, but it may be tougher for youths in a village setting to do so. She explained that youth in urban areas have more access to information and opportunity to seek help from the government or private sector. Those in the villages could not, for reasons that include being denied the role to make decisions or speak out on a current issue. It was then recommended that parents educate their children about the virus from reliable sources and that young people behave more responsibly with COVID-19 and not be ignorant because their immune systems are stronger. TVWAN News continues after the break. Stay with us.
With BSP Internet Banking, you can enjoy your banking at home, at work, or wherever you are. BSP Personal Internet Banking allows you to view your accounts and transactions, transfer money, bill pay, schedule future payments, or access your bank statements. Visit your nearest BSP branch to register now. BSP Internet Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
Each province tells Tumbuna stories their own way. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Laga, Bungim Yumi.
Look out lo one news you kiss him na sheri. Some lines are spreading German tok. German tok can kira imported lo sick corona. German tok can walk him on man meria brosim rot lo banisim sick corona. German tok is have spread hurry up to social media. Use him head. No can harin German tok. Seki mo gera time suppose news you kiss him lo sick corona ikam lo troop la authority. Gaman lo yumi he work one time all gera stakeholder to give him yumi strep la tok. Suppose you know clear or you got ask him lo sick corona read him COVID-19 helpline lo 1-800-200.
Back to School 2022 ikam up isi turu wantem roots rice. 600 per line ikan gat sans lo win him 500 kina lo hap pony mark lo 300,000 kina. Lo gat sans lo win, you must buy him 10 kg roots rice product. Write him contact details below antap lo empty bag. Na drop him entry inside the entry box lo store. Bieni mipla online or sek him store lo kisi motok save. Win him school fee money wantem roots rice. Good pella rice, good pella price.
Are you totally set? Here at Hardware House, we deliver professional quality gear and tools. You can wear.
Buy PNG Made and win your share of 100,000 kina with Nestle. For your chance to win cash, simply spend 5 kina or more on your favorite PNG Made, Maggi, Milo, Nescafe, Sunshine, and Coffee Mate products. What are you waiting for? Buy your favorite PNG Made, Maggi, Milo, Nescafe, Sunshine, and Coffee Mate products today. Buying PNG Made now win. Terms and conditions apply. See in-store posters for details.
Welcome back. BSP Financial Group Limited donation deal to Sir Theo Foundation continues for another 2 years as a diamond sponsor. On Wednesday, 2nd March, BSP donated 50,000 kina to the Sir Theo Foundation as the first portion of the 100,000 kina deal in supporting the foundation's charitable program.
The Sir Theo Foundation charitable program aims to assist in provision of health services to people in PNG who rely on the local public health system. BSP Corporate Sponsorship Manager Amelia Minapu, when signing off the first portion of the 2022 support, said the bank acknowledged the work of the foundation and its efforts to facilitate better health outcomes for the people of PNG. BSP has donated to many charity organizations, foundations, orphanage homes, and hospitals over the years, including Kidney Foundation, Cancer Foundation, Operations Open Heart, Friends of POMGEN, and the likes. The foundation management thanked BSP for the donation received in 2022, adding, it has raised over 7.5 million kina since its inception in 2014 and has supported Port Moresby General Hospital in a number of ways, including the Children's Library for the hospital. Sir Theo Foundation Director George Constantino said the foundation would continue its financial support to Port Moresby General Hospital through 2022 and into 2023. Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
For countless generations, women across the Kokoda Track region have been the keepers of vital knowledge about caring for its environment, communities, and history. But despite this special role, the ranks of the Kokoda Track Rangers have been historically male-dominated. This gender barrier has been shattered by 4 women with a common interest in preserving the history, culture, and environment of the iconic trail. Nido Inara, Stella Kanawi, Julie Fred, and Tracy Havala are among a team of new rangers recruited by the Kokoda Track Authority through the Ranger Capacity Development Project. The project is supported by the Kokoda Initiative, which is a partnership between the Australian and PNG governments. Tracy Havala said she became a ranger to benefit her family, improve her community, and show other women that they too can be leaders and decision makers. The launch of International Women's Day on Sunday, 6th March 2022 calls to accelerate women's equality in every area of society, including social, economic, cultural, and political spheres. Papua New Guinea is often cited as being one of the most dangerous countries in the world for women and girls, and the challenges that surround gender equality and protection are numerous. It will take years to fully solve. In Port Moresby, efforts are continuing to be made to advocate
for the rights and protection of women. It was with this purpose that the Active City Development Program hosted a walk under the 2022 theme, Gender Equality Today for a Sustainable Tomorrow. 10 communities in the nation's capital with over 200 people wearing white walked in solidarity for women's rights. Last year, during the months of November and December, ACDP visited 8 communities per month as part of the program to address gender-based violence and to educate women regarding their rights on this issue. The walk on Sunday, 6th March, was a continuation of ACDP's commitment to support and give voice to women in the city who may be silent about the hardships and trauma they face simply because of their gender. UN Women Deputy Country Rep Caroline Nyama-Yemombe and NCD Governor Powers Pakop spoke, emphasizing the importance of supporting and uplifting women in the city. Key issues addressed include women's economic empowerment, the impact of climate change on women, including food security, as well as progress towards educating both women and men on the lasting effects of gender-based violence. Pakop stressed the necessity of women representation in all sectors of society, including women in parliament. The official International Women's Day event will be hosted by ACD partners at the APEC House tomorrow, Tuesday, 8 March. Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
Morabe Governor Ginsen Sanu recently presented 5 million kina to the Lutheran University to help kick off groundwork for the institution. Governor Sanu made the presentation on behalf of Prime Minister James Marape. The presentation was done at Ampo ELC PNG headquarters. It was witnessed by ELC PNG Head Bishop Dr. Jack Urame, his Deputy Lucas Kedabing, Secretary Bernard Koisam, Lutheran University Chairman Dr. Eric Kwa, University Council members, and Morabe Provincial Administrator Bart Ipambonj. The presentation is a fulfillment of commitments stemmed from PM Marape in 2019 at Boana Synod and then fulfilled by endorsing the Lutheran University certificate during the Papua Synod in Port Moresby this year. The Lutheran University Council has been actively working since 2010 to fulfill the proposed institution into reality. ELC PNG Head Bishop Dr. Jack Urame said, with the establishment of the Lutheran University, ELC PNG is setting its stance to educate Papua New Guineans at tertiary level in the same standard that other universities in the country can offer. Stay tuned for more after the break.
We continue to offer our valued customers smart banking solutions. We're proud to introduce our new range of Visa chip cards, now providing our customers convenient options to shop with touch and go and enhanced security features. For any purchase up to 50 kina, you can simply touch and go. And for other amounts, simply insert your card and enter your PIN. Enjoy the convenience and safety of a BSB chip card, available at your local BSB branch. BSB, our bank, our people.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Laga, Bunyamyumi.
Open X.
Favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook, and with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier but you like it more.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck. like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family, living each day knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
New Fabuloso Multi-Purpose Cleaner with an irresistible fragrance that lasts all day long, creating a field of flowers in every corner of your home. With an irresistible fragrance that lasts and lasts all day long. Fabuloso Irresistible Fragrance.
Made only from the highest quality beef, oxen palm, is PNG's pride and the world's favorite.
Welcome back. The Hoskins LLG villages have been experiencing the devastating effects of global warming. The growing concerns have received attention from Talasia MP Francis Maneke and the Office of Environment and Conservation and Climate Change. Talasia MP Francis Maneke invited Minister for Environment and Conservation and Climate Change, Wera Mori, to Hoskins LLG to visit villages and address the people at Makasili who are worst affected by effects of global warming. The road portion between Makasili and Galilo is deteriorating by the day, with the road being washed away by the rising sea level. It is risky for the villagers and the travelling public. Another aspect is the waterway flowing down to the sea from logging and oil palm plantings inland. Chairman of the Makasili Community Development Association, Chris Galia, said there are two major issues faced by the villagers.
Mr. Minister. Road, nalo si front plan lo sulmara. Suppose we straighten road, it must solve the problem. Me go like him send road, he must send his road, he must new plan. Na solve the problem platuna business civil. So that I must solve to something on the time.
The current situation requires another road to be built. Makasili villagers have to move further inland to make way for that road. This is the fourth time a road is to be built. The Makasili Community Development Association will work with relevant authorities and stakeholders to have the road built. The road is an economic corridor with cocoa, copra and oil palm cultivated along the villages, and the road leads to the Pokili Hot Springs, a conservation area. Hoskins LLG President Roderick Bibilo said between 8,000 to 9,000 people from 5 villages are affected.
Because of the condition that we got seeking medical attention or night, it's a real struggle that you looking now, especially during the wet weather.
Talasia MP Francis Maneke explained to his people that global warming affects many parts of the world. Addressing the issue requires proper discussion and action.
Me like talk thank you, lo community, lo here, lo yumi, lo Hoskins LLG, lo understanding when I'm situation in Mikadlo and today, not too patient long how by government and me take him up this process.
A high-level roundtable for Papua New Guinea's partnership in the Indo-Pacific Carbon Offset Scheme was hosted by Climate Change and Development Authority today in Port Moresby. This was following a signing of a Memorandum of Understanding between the Government of PNG and the Government of Australia last year for cooperation on capacity building for PNG's participation in global carbon markets. IPCOS is an Australian government strategy to support climate action in the Indo-Pacific region, intended to develop a carbon market that supports emissions reduction projects in the region. The Australian government funding for IPCOS will be for a 10-year period with a funding commitment of $104 million until 2031. The funding will help implementing partners establish robust national policy frameworks, carbon accounting and inventory systems that meet the requirements of the Paris Agreement and improve certainty for investors and other significant capacity building interventions. And in sports, Angai LLG in Eastern Highlands Province recently hosted its 36th finals of the Angai League competition. New Vamos Tigers were declared winners over brother team Nanoparo Sharks, with a 4-0 result after extra time.
The Ungai League 36th Grand Final between New Vamos Tigers and Nanoparo Sharks went down at Masumave Oval. The competition has been in existence this long, having started in 1987. It was two of the competition's best teams who locked horns in front of a very excited crowd. Tigers managed to defeat its brother Sharks 4-0 after extra time. Both fought tooth and nail in the 60 minutes of game time. At the final whistle, it was 0-0. Players on both teams made sure not to allow the opposing team to score. However, the scoreless finish called for extra time, and this time Tigers were declared champions. Sharks have been in the grand final for the last 3 consecutive years. This was their 4th grand final appearance. Meanwhile, Tigers stood tall in the field and played their best game of the season. MP for Ungai Bena, Benny Allen, was the guest of honor during the grand final. He was accompanied by coffee mogul and businessman James Pupune. Pupune, commonly known as Papa Block Coffee, contributed funds to the competition for awarding of teams. Salome Vincent, TV1 Sports.
And that ends the news tonight. Remember to apply the following simple measures to prevent transmission of the coronavirus. Regularly wash your hands with soap and water, cough or sneeze into your elbow, and exercise social distancing. If you are feeling sick, please stay at home. You can also call the COVID-19 hotline number for more information or assistance. Pleasant viewing. Bye for now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
It's on again. It's back to school with Colgate and Purchase.